Hello, everybody. Whatever the time is, good morning here in Italy. And now I want to introduce you um, Andrea Lazzari, that is the Chief of Innovation in FPZ, and he will talk about the use of the artificial intelligence they are doing in their company. Here, Andrea. And I don't want to waste his time, and so I let Andrea the word. And Andrea, go. It's your time.
Okay.
Share the screen and go.
Okay. Let's go.
You ready?
Yes, I'm trying to share my screen.
Bottone in basso.
Yes. Non me lo fa fare.
Non te lo fa fare. Non ti fa condividere? Come non ti fa condividere?
Okay, now I see it. Okay.
Ok. Ok, let's go.
Okay, so okay, we are going to talk about the usage of the generative AI into in industrial field to unlock the potential of the knowledge. Let's start with this agenda. So one of the main questions we have been thinking in the last 2 years almost is regarding the possibility to leverage our knowledge by the usage of the generative AI. So today I will going to just explain a little bit who is FPZ, what is our challenge, why the opportunity of generative AI in this time period, and our solution, our C.E.S.A.R.E solution. So who is FPZ? FPZ is an Italian manufacturing company. It started to work on such other blower in the 70s. And now we have sold and several thousand of units all around the world. We are a company very much focused on lean approach. That is to say that we have been improving and our workflow, our processes, making standard, implementing digital boards, and figuring out how to manage our processes in the best effective way. Starting from this, we have noticed, I would say, the fact that as long as we go into the improving our processes, then we have to capture a lot of knowledge. And this knowledge is increasing as long as we are going to improve our processes. So it's kind of a snowball effect, you know? And we very often take a look deeper into the knowledge management field. And obviously, we recognize that it's a foundational element in the in prosperity of a company. In fact, knowledge management, it's clearly the path to a to develop a competitive advantage in terms of proprietary knowledge. That is really a treasure for a company, because it's something that you can find only in the in your company. It's based on experience, it's based on trial and error, and gives the company the chance to bring value to the customer, and in let's say in original way, I would say. So while making reducing wasting, while improving our processes, while making dashboard and standards, we during this process, we raised a lot of concern regarding the response time, the hidden operational cost, the productivity that is reduced due to information that are not accessible everywhere, or knowledge that is restricted to certain area. So basically, this all led in a loss of opportunity for the company, and we start thinking how we can make rid of this waste. How can we improve? How can apply even here, again, a lean approach that is kind of just in time, no? What I need, where I need, in the best way I can find, I can have. So we start thinking about generative AI. And while thinking on generative AI, while thinking on generative AI, we have to find, let's say, we have to make a common understanding what can be generative AI in this field. Basically, with generative AI, we can make usage of already developed knowledge and put this knowledge together to bring new solution based on the past, based on what we have learned. Generative AI basically let people making usage of advanced algorithm and techniques, so we can understand better understand the data and produce new solution based on previous knowledge. And with generative AI, we can also make, we can enhance our data and we can automate our process and application. So then the question was, why generative AI? So the key event, it's almost 2 years ago. It's on November 2022, in which, on the 3rd, in which OpenAI publicly released ChatGPT. Just a few shocking number. You see in this chart, the ChatGPT was is actually the fastest technology adoption in history. So in only 5 days, it reached 1 million users. You see, other applications need much more days to reach to gain the same amount of users. So was really a game-changing, a date in which the game in using this kind of technology make a leap. So starting from this, we start thinking how we can make usage of generative AI. Basically, as I show in a couple of slides ago, we have a lot of processes, we have a lot of knowledge that is spread all around, and we need a way to leverage this knowledge, shorten this lead time associated with this process, and how we can do it. Here it comes our solution, that is a multi-agent platform that is based on multi-agent platform that is based on generative AI, and this is our C.E.S.A.R.E. That is an acronym for Computerized Expert System that is can make advanced responses in engineering field. Basically, what it does, it's kind of a digital twin that can make usage of our proprietary knowledge and let us create value for us and for our customer. It can make, it can have access to a lot of different knowledge repository. It can collect information basically instantaneously, and it can generate answer based on available knowledge. So with this platform, we have entered, FPZ has entered a new era in which all the information are available just in time, and no matter where you are, as as long as you have an internet connection, you can get access to information available, proprietary information available in the company. Let me introduce a little bit a workflow for the how we implement at this stage C.E.S.A.R.E and how we can use it. Basically, C.E.S.A.R.E is, as you can see here, is a multi-agent platform. The structure is a main agent, that is C.E.S.A.R.E, that depending on the application, depending on the user question, it can make use of tools. And some of these tools are other agents, generative AI agents. So we developed this platform as a chatbot. So the interface is basically a chat, and everybody in the company with the company credential can have access to this. So first approach, you log in with your credential. Here I have some screenshot from my colleagues, Daniela. So you can see it's in Italian because the chat will recognize who is the logged user and will adapt to his language. But it's so powerful that if you make question in a different language, it will recognize the new language you are using and it will answer in your language. So for example, we have been using this with some customers that were not English speakers. So we have the chance to work also with other language too. So here, Daniela is just entered into this chatbot, in this chat interface, where there are obviously some tool buttons and an area in which the user can write this message. Before starting with the message, by clicking the Allen key on the bottom, the user can also restrict the access to less, let's say, specific repository. Here in this application, sorry for again, is in Italian, but basically we have here a database. Libri is books and tickets. So at this stage, C.E.S.A.R.E can collect information from 3 different repositories. Starting with tickets, that was our first pane, we have a Trello dashboard in which we have collected in the past 5 years more than 5,000 tickets. And that's where we started. Our question was, how can we navigate all these tickets, avoiding to give the same answer to similar ticket during the time? Or how can we navigate this ticket and find previous answer that can be improved during the time? Then we have the books. We have collected, as I said, we approach our processes, our work life with a lean point of view. So we have leveraged standards, and most of these standards, here I'm talking about technical standards, are collected and are given as knowledge to C.E.S.A.R.E. So C.E.S.A.R.E can exploit this standard and get information for making the response to the user. And then we also have connected a SQL database in which we have all the components of our blower. So here, that is much more intricate, the structure. C.E.S.A.R.E actually, if he needs to find some information in this database, he has to call another generative AI agent that is very well skilled to navigate SQL database. So if the user is going to make a request, a query, and he already knows that is very likely is in one of these repository, he can selectively choose, let's say, guide C.E.S.A.R.E to work in that repository, or he can leave C.E.S.A.R.E the chance to analyze the question and decide by himself where to find the information. So Then the user make a request to C.E.S.A.R.E. First step, C.E.S.A.R.E. think through, analyze the query, search among all the available repository, and these are all, let's say, batch underground activity, but the user is informed what C.E.S.A.R.E. is doing. Once C.E.S.A.R.E. has gathered all the information that are available to meet the request, to answer the request, then it gives a first concise request to the user. Here, the user can grade the question, knows where the question has been, the information for answering the question has been collected, or clicking on the magnifiers, it can ask C.E.S.A.R.E. to give more information. In this case, C.E.S.A.R.E. again start a new search, but it goes even deeper and gives a much, let's say, a wider response. And these responses are also supplied with all the sources available. In this case, are tickets. So user can not only read the answer collected by C.E.S.A.R.E., but verify and check if there are other information available into the source of this knowledge that is always attached to the answer. So in this way, the chat goes keeping a history, and C.E.S.A.R.E. knows at every step what have been the queries and answer and previous steps, and user collect a lot of information during the chat, having the chance to refine the question, ask for other information that likely are related to the previous ones. This is, let's say, the most common way to interact with C.E.S.A.R.E. But as you can see on the top of the toolbar of the chat, there are also some other buttons that can give the user access to other feature. Here, clearly, I want to state that the majority of the usage is based on of the implementation is based on generative AI. But of course, during the activity of the user, there can be also some activities that can be attached not necessarily to generative AI. So, for example, if the user need to find a specific blower for a specific working condition, then clicking on that button, it has the chance to select, to input to the system some working condition, that is pressure, flow, temperature, and so on. And the system will find the best matching blowers that cope with the required input. And all this information are kept into the chat. So after clicking on that modal dialogue and inputting all the information, the platform will give the user back a chart that is an interactive. So the user can filter the curves, can figure out what's going on, what are the information, and also continues in the chat. So this information can be augmented with some other further information regarding, for example, best practice on a specific temperature or specific environment condition, specific components like bearings or grease, all information that are available into the repository that are accessible to C.E.S.A.R.E. now, and can be instantaneously fetch all the information in this way. And this in our opinion is very amazing, because again gives the user the chance to interact with several repositories, several information from one single access point. Once the user, let's say, has finished chatting on a specific topic with C.E.S.A.R.E., if there are still some information that are not available yet in the system, or it needs to anyhow open a ticket for the technical department, he can do it directly within the chat interface. And in this case, C.E.S.A.R.E is directly connected with our Trello board, with our ticketing board, and C.E.S.A.R.E will make a summary of all the information exchanged during the chatting, and fill all the fields in the ticket. So we have a well-structured ticket that is comprehensive of all the information that has been exchanged during the chat. And at the end, the ticket is submitted to our system for further interaction. Here, I want to make also another. I want to highlight also another couple of things. First, C.E.S.A.R.E has been designed to have a particular behavior depending on the logged user. So, for example, in our case, if the user is a sales guy, very likely the system C.E.S.A.R.E is instructed to have a behavior that is only if information are requested are exactly available, give back to the sales. So he has kind of certified information to use in front of his customer. If the user is a technical guy, then C.E.S.A.R.E works much more open, I would say. So even if the information, the request made by the technical guy has no exact answer within our current knowledge, C.E.S.A.R.E will try to figure out, based on the information available, if there's something close that can anyhow help the technical guy to figure out and start to build the path to the solution. There are also other capabilities of C.E.S.A.R.E that we are developing, that is to say, connecting to other repository like our ERP and CRM. We are feeding C.E.S.A.R.E also with other technical document. For example, we are working on making applications, specific technical application that will be available into the knowledge of C.E.S.A.R.E. And one of the let's say biggest feature of C.E.S.A.R.E again is that it works on desktop and on mobile. So you have as long as you have a web access, you can have access to C.E.S.A.R.E, and C.E.S.A.R.E has instantaneous access to all the information available into the company. So it's kind of having a super colleague that instantaneously can fetch the information you need in that moment. So basically, we start from our needs. We wanted to respond quickly and accurately to the user question. We want to avoid, get rid of wasting and repeated actions. We want to explore and navigate different blower alternatives. We want to have easily access to our knowledge base, so we can accelerate operation and enhance quality. And we end up with our C.E.S.A.R.E that is our digital colleague, that is clearly personalized and proactive, as I just I've shown you. It's very reliable because he can act only on proprietary knowledge, and gives also all the time the link to the source of information, and it's very easy to interact with, either on desktop and mobile, and with the simple chat interface. So here I've done my presentation. If you have any question, I'm here to answer.
Andrea, ciao.
Yes.
I So far there are no any question, but I think if in the future people want to connect with you, can write you an email or in some way. Did you share somewhere your email, or do you wanna tell, or?
No, I didn't share here. I think I don't know if it's available into
But
the link to the
anyway, it's very
it's
simple.
yes, it's andrea.lazzari@fpz.com. Pay attention to a single Z on the surname, otherwise I will not get any email.
Okay, if nobody has question, I think we can say thank you to all the attendees, and we will see. I don't know, maybe one. You make it in house.
Yes, we everything is in house. Obviously, we are not let's say a software company, so we have to ask to another company that is expert in software development to help us developing everything. But it's our own solution. It's based on our data. It's based on our approach. Just let's say we started for information. We started working on this on December 2022. So just a few weeks after ChatGPT was released, and we made the first proof of concept on March 2023, when the knowledge that we fetch and give to the agent, at that time we call this approach grounding the knowledge. Now it's commonly known as RAG, retrieval augmented generation, but at the time was so early that even the RAG was not let's say so common as acronym. So it's a long journey, but it seems very short, but it's almost 2 years that we are working and we are improving.
There are some more questions. One is related to the cost of the development. One is related to how long does it take to develop C.E.S.A.R.E. And the last one is what are the benefits you achieved so far?
Okay, so how long does it take to develop C.E.S.A.R.E? I would say that is never stops. To make the first.
Sorry, Andrea.
Yeah.
We have just 3 minutes, just to tell you.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the first proof of concept we develop in less than 1 month, but then to make a user interface that is very let's say that is handy and complete, and to develop all the feature, we have been working more than 1 year. We are still working to improve, because as I said, we want to attach much more information to let C.E.S.A.R.E navigate a lot of information more. Regarding the cost, it's several thousand euros, because there are a lot of time and work to do in order to build the interface, figure out what is the best approach. I didn't tell you a lot of information, but for example, even the ticket from the board before getting into the system are pre-processed using generative AI to remove noise into the ticket, comments that are not knowledge, but are there because the ticket has this kind of behavior. So there's a lot of generative AI involved in many steps. How we can pre-process, how we can handle the process also. Regarding the benefits, currently we are still in the adoption.
Poi anche bisogna fare una scelta di
We are still in the adoption stage.
Sorry, Andrea, we have just 1 more minute. Just to tell you.
Yeah, we are still in the adoption, because now we have all the infrastructure ready. It's currently used mainly by technicians and a couple of sales guys. They are make a thorough use of this application, this platform, and now we are working on improving the adoption of the platform within all our company.
sotto scorta
Our time is finished, so we have to close. There were a couple of questions more. I think Johanna Thomberg, if you want to write directly to Andrea, it will be great. Sorry,
Sure.
but the time is limited, and I want to thank you, all of you, and see you next time. Andrea, grazie
See you.
Andrea.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye bye.